The creator basically says, I am dependent on you. The light can only be revealed. Your life can only get better when you change your state of consciousness, because then you allow more of me to be revealed through you. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosa, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here on the channel. The inspiration for this video actually came from one of Michael Berg's lectures, and Michael Berg is one of the spiritual leaders of the Kabbalah Center, because I found that it just really deepened my understanding on the topic of today's video. And basically he explained a story of the time when the light, God, creator, universe, whatever term you want to call it, tied itself to humanity. And God basically said to humanity, I am living within you. I exist wherever your consciousness is. When we talk about all the different philosophies that are out there, the ancient mysticisms, the even modern philosophers, teachers, there is a very common interpretation, expression of the idea of God not being a separate entity to us, but that we each have God, the creator of this universe, living inside of us. And when we truly understand that power of having the creator of this universe living inside each of us, if we really awaken to that power, we become limitless. You know, Neville Goddard talks about the I am essence within us being God, right? The awareness that we exist, that we are alive, that very awareness of just being, that is the I am essence. That is the God that lives within us. People will say our higher self or our soul. It's that essence of us that is tied to the creator. And of course, there are different ways that people explain it, verbalize it, interpret it. For the sake of this video, let's just keep it to the point of the fact that the creator is not separate from us. The creator is tied to us. I talk about this exact point in way more detail in my free live masterclass called Become the Empowered Leader. So if you guys have not yet watched the replay of that, then I'll link that down below, or you can just find it at rohaza.com/MC for masterclass. But I also wanted to share this concept with you here on this YouTube channel. We are the creators of our reality, and we are the ones with the power to change our destiny and to change our current circumstances. A lot of people will take their power away by waiting for God to jump in and save the day and put his hand in our life and change our circumstances, and feel like there's no will or control of our own that we have to do to actually take initiative and actually make those changes. But this is not true, okay? Not that we have to take physical manual labor and action 24/7 to get our desires, but there is work that we must do in consciousness and align that with the way that we show up in this world as well, right? Because we can't just think one way and then act in another way. We want to act in alignment with the way that we're thinking, and slowly every day become more in alignment with who we truly want to be and the life we truly want to live. And this is a process, but it's important to know that we have control over this process. We have all the power that we need inside of us to change our circumstances, to change our reality, to change our internal state and internal world. And God does not work outside of people. Something I love that he mentioned in this lecture is that God works through people, right? And I'm actually just going to share the story that he shared right now, because basically this lecture was him breaking down the Torah portion of this week, right? And by the time this video comes out, it was about 2 weeks ago. And the study of Kabbalah, if you guys don't know, it's an ancient mysticism that decodes the Old Testament and explains how the stories in the Old Testament are not meant to be taken literally, how there is a bunch of codes in it that can relate to the energies that exist in this world today. So the portion that we read each week actually relates to the week ahead and the energies that exist in the world today, not just stories and history lessons that happened thousands of years ago. So basically what the story is on a physical level, without going into the decoding of what it means for us today, the story he explained was that Jacob was afraid to go down into Egypt, because Egypt is dark, Egypt is scary, and there's a lot of pain there, right? You guys, if you guys know the story, you know Egypt was not the place to be. But the creator says to Jacob, don't fear, because I will go down to Egypt, into Egypt with you, and I will also be with you when you elevate and rise out of Egypt. So once again, the literal understanding of this story is obvious, right? Jacob doesn't want to go to Egypt. God says, don't be afraid, because I'll go there with you and I'll come out with you. But when we understand it deeply, we understand the codes and what this message and portion is trying to teach us, is that Jacob represents humanity. Egypt represents our egos, our shadows, the darkness that lives within ourselves. And the Creator represents the Creator. So what the Creator is really saying is to all of humanity, is saying, I am always with you. Whether you're in a low mental state, dealing with your shadows, dealing with insecurities, dealing with all these negative emotions that come up for you, I'm still with you. And also when you're in an elevated state, in a awakened state, a positive state, I'm still with you there as well. Now, what does this mean? Because in Kabbalah, we learn that the Creator, the light force of this world, is literally always shining in our lives. And just because we don't physically see it or feel its energy and presence in our life does not mean that it's not there. The light of this world is always shining constantly around us, within us, in our lives, but we don't always feel it. Why don't we always feel it? Because when we are in a low mental place, then the Creator is also in a low mental place. But what does that mean? Like we said, the Creator is always shining. It means that the Creator is concealed. It means there is a curtain blocking us from seeing the Creator because we've created this layer with our shadow, with our ego. The ego is like a curtain and a layer that separates us from seeing the full and feeling the full light of the Creator. So God is basically telling us in this portion that I am now tied to you. Okay, I am now going to be where your consciousness is. If you're in a low state, then it's going to feel to you like I am not existent, because if you are mentally in a low state and God is tied to you and you're in that low state, then you're going to see a world of darkness. You're going to be picking out and choosing the things that are negative in your life because the light is being concealed from you. The Creator basically says, I am dependent on you. The light can only be revealed. Your life can only get better when you change your state of consciousness, because then you allow more of me to be revealed through you. The light can only be manifested through us, through humanity. If you are mentally in darkness, then the light, the Creator, will also appear to be in darkness. If you feel elevated in light, then guess what? You're also going to see continuous miracles unfolding in your reality. You're going to feel the magic of this universe. You're going to feel connected. You're going to feel the love because your consciousness is in a higher state. Now, this ties into leadership because it shows us that we are the people who need to bring light into this world. That it's not, we shouldn't wait for the world to change when God comes out of the sky and tells us, you are redeemed. No. We have the power, all the power, to redeem ourselves. And that was the main message and the point that I took from this lecture that Michael Berg gave. And of course, this is like my interpretation of it, and it wasn't like word for word what he said. But I just found this like concept so profound, which is like we're constantly seeking for like something else outside of us to feel connected to the light. But we don't realize that it's up to us. It's our decision that we need to make to elevate our own consciousness, so that the light can work through us. Something else that I spoke about in the leadership masterclass that I hosted last Thursday. Once again, a replay down below. But something else that I mentioned in this class is the idea that it's actually selfish not to share your unique light with the world. Because if you don't express the Creator within you, the light that would be expressed through you cannot be expressed by anyone else in this world. Whether that be expressing your light in your community, or online, or in your artwork, or showing up online, on YouTube, on Instagram, like creating content that serves your greater vision, that's tapped into the Creator force of this world. If you don't share that light that just drops into your heart and mind to share, that's doing this world a huge disservice, because that light cannot be shared by anyone except for you. You are so unique in the light that you offer this world. And if you think about it like that, like the light's dependent on us. Like I titled this video, Stop Waiting for God, God's Waiting for You, or something like that. Because it's true. Because the Creator cannot share its light with the world without a human vessel to do that through, right? And that's why, a lot of people say, why God, why will you do this? Why do you do this to people? Why is humanity like this? And God's just like, well, you guys have full control over here. The power of the Creator lives within ourselves, within us. We have full dominion, full reign over this reality. But we also have the power of the literal Creator, like being that is in every single person, every single thing in this universe, living within ourselves. And you think you're not damn powerful to share your light, to share your message. Yeah. When this hit in my mind, I'm like, okay, screw all the ego, screw all the things that are trying to stop me from sitting down, filming videos, showing up online, sharing the messages that drop in, focusing on the wrong things. Like literally, I cannot afford it. Because my mission here is to bring the light to this world. My mission here is to just speak the truth, regardless of how it's received, regardless of the doubts and insecurities I currently have, because I know that this light that comes to me, that pops into my mind to be expressed in whatever different ways, shapes, or forms, whether that's through my videos or through now I'm taking on a new hobby of, I've always had the hobby of singing, but now I'm learning how to produce music, I'm learning how to make music, and stay tuned for that because I'm definitely going to release some music at some point, hopefully within the next year. It's definitely on my radar. But like whatever mediums and ways that I choose to express my light, that can only be expressed if I truly own the light that I have and also know the power that is within me to achieve whatever I want. Like I have a huge vision for how I see my life and how many people I see myself impacting, right? And I see myself speaking on stages and connecting with greats and being a great. And to be a great, you need to believe in your own light. You need to believe in your own ability to do great things. Once again, if you're really resonating with this message, like please, please, please check out that free masterclass. Because these breakthroughs that I share the 5 biggest breakthroughs that have helped me to step into my leadership identity. And it just all like was completely channeled into this masterclass. And I'm really excited to hear your feedback on that. So I'm going to end off this video right here. I hope that this video was valuable to you. If it was, please leave it a like and also a comment to show your support to the channel to help me reach more people. Let me know what's the most valuable thing you got from this video. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.